Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, January 11th, 2021. First, taking a look at the precipitation for the past 14 days, we can see that some areas have gotten some precip, even above normal over far western Idaho and portions of southern and central Utah, but we also have some very dry pockets over the past couple of weeks as well, including northern Utah, parts of western Wyoming, much of Nevada, and the Arizona Strip. Our snow totals for the past 72 hours are shown here. We did see a little bit of snow coming into far western Idaho and northern Nevada and western Utah as well. And our snow depth shown on the right, not terrible across Idaho and western Wyoming. They're still below normal for the time of year, but higher anyway than, say, the mountains of northern and central Utah, where those values are quite a bit lower than average. If we just take a quick look here at the drought conditions, mainly highlighting what's going on in Utah and Nevada. We have exceptional drought in place right now, and this is January. And so, in fact, drought conditions now are the worst we've seen for the first part of January in the 20-year period of record for the drought monitor. So some pretty serious drought conditions across Utah and eastern Nevada, something to definitely pay attention to, take a look at, and hopefully we have some relief coming, but nothing significant in the short term. So we'll look at the satellite images this morning. Here we did see a little bit of that snowfall come through the past couple of days, but we're going to be going into a drier period for much of the week. There's a little wave coming through midweek that may bring some additional precip here, but nothing too significant. So for today, generally dry conditions across the Great Basin with deteriorating air quality conditions. The ventilation rates are quite low across much of the Great Basin. So very light transport winds associated with this high pressure and low mixing heights resulting in those low ventilation rates. This continues tomorrow with low ventilation rates, a little bit of moisture starting to move into the Pacific Northwest, Idaho and western Nevada, but won't see too much in the way of precip, although some. Wind speeds pick up just a bit on Tuesday, associated with that little low trough coming into the northwest, but winds stay light over Utah and southern Nevada. Mixing heights also increasing with that low, but staying low across Utah and Nevada. On Wednesday, we'll see the best chance for some precip coming into deeper into the Great Basin, including Nevada and Utah. Ventilation rates still staying low across the Great Basin as the bulk of the action is to the north. So we can see those stronger winds are going to be up north, maybe over the central Idaho mountains here. Still keeping light winds over Utah and Nevada with low mixing heights on Wednesday. The clearing index for Utah is poor through the next couple of days. 3-day precip totals shown here, still favoring some precipitation coming into Idaho and western Wyoming, and that's going to be in that Tuesday to Wednesday time frame, with that next trough coming into the Pacific Northwest. Utah and Nevada are going to stay dry. We may see a few little flurries in Utah on Wednesday. Drying out once again for Thursday, low ventilation rates area-wide. And generally staying dry on Friday, except maybe a little bit of moisture coming up around the Great Basin to the north. And then still dry on Saturday as that low drops into the central Rockies there. May see a cool down in our temperatures for Friday. Still low ventilation rates, increasing just a bit across the south with possibly some of those stronger winds. And then more of the same on Sunday. Days 4 and 5 precip totals not showing too much. Just a few little flurries here and there across the higher elevations. But the main story for any precip is coming Tuesday, Wednesday, mostly to Idaho and western Wyoming. Utah and Nevada are going to stay dry through the week for the most part. And the extended forecast taking us into January 18th through the 24th doesn't look much different. Still cool temperatures, especially just right off to the east. Below normal chances for precip over Utah and Nevada. and maybe some above normal chances moving into western Wyoming. And this concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.